Appreciation to our beautiful viewers and subscribers. We love and appreciate you. Also, we promise to always deliver the best content. BYD Atto. Build your dreams. Based in Xi'an, Shanxi Province, China, sometimes referred to as China's Tesla, the Chinese automaker and electronics company have been at the forefront of battery storage technology and solar power, providing it an edge. Berkshire Hathaway has a 10% shareholding in the company, and Samsung invested around $449 million for its rumored 4% shareholding. The company's green mobility vehicle strategy is guided by its 542 performance standard. As we all know, the BYD Tang is the first vehicle produced according to the standards, where 5 represents the maximum of 5 seconds acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour or 0 to 62 miles per hour, 4 is for the number of wheels under power, and 2 is for fuel efficiency, determining the number of liters of gasoline maximum consumed for every 100 kilometers traveled in a BYD car. In this video, we're going to discuss the reason why you should buy a BYD car. So without further ado, let's dive into the topic. Why buy a BYD car EV? The electric vehicle revolution is well and truly underway, with major car manufacturers all over the world pledging to go green and discontinue the production of internal combustion engine or ICE vehicles in the next 20 years. We'll start by saying these initiatives outline a number of ambitious goals for the transport industry, including further support for electric vehicle adoption. These include a target of 60,000 EV charging points by 2030, revisions in the road tax structure for EVs, and the seizing of new diesel car and taxi registrations by 2025. Additionally, with the Electric Vehicle Early Adoption Incentive or EAI, an enhanced VES scheme, drivers can enjoy up to $45,000 in rebate, which is another positive move by the government to encourage EV adoption. Electric vehicles tend to be more expensive than ICE vehicles due to the cost of materials used to build an electric car, cost of development, and basic economies of scale. So how much you'll have to fork out for the car will usually be higher and dependent on the brand and model you choose. Will you be eligible for up to $45,000 in rebates? Some EVs are still quite expensive. Right now, the most affordable fully electric car is the BYD E6, an amazing option that offers excellent value for money and the only EV in the category. Discussing about the maintenance cost, where the initial costs might be higher than the average ICE models, you will definitely save on your annual running costs like maintenance and petrol. Unlike ICE vehicles, there are fewer moving parts built into an electric car, which make them more reliable. In fact, the electric motor is a simple machine and consists of roughly half a dozen moving parts. So there's no oil change, gaskets to replace, or valves to clog up. There's no need to replace your spark plugs, fluids, or any of the typical consumables. As such, there's less wear and tear of components, and the electric motor requires a lot less maintenance than the conventional engine, which reduces a lot of costs. The total cost of an EV owner can expect to save is around 40 to 50% of the normal maintenance cost of ICE cars. So if you typically spend around $1,000 to $1,500 a year on maintenance, you can expect to save $500 to $750 a year when you switch to an EV. Another point is the petrol cost. One of the biggest costs drivers will incur every year will be for petrol. These costs will definitely differ from driver to driver as it depends on how much you actually drive and the current cost of petrol. On average, most drivers clock around 20,000 kilometers a year, and with that in mind, you can expect to fork out around $3,260 on petrol every year. So basically, for EV owners, the annual amount you'll spend on charging will minimally be halved. The amount you'll spend will depend on how you charge your EV, as prices differ from commercial charging stations, public charging, and charging at home. Meanwhile, further research gives us the breakdown of annual charging costs based on where you charge, using the BYD E6 as an example. Furthermore, your cost of charging will also be affected by the energy price at the time and the type of EV you own. So the costs will differ, and it might be higher or lower depending on your car. Moving on to the road tax, for years, the road tax for electric cars has always been higher than ICE cars. So EV owners can expect to pay anywhere from a few tens of dollars to a few $100s more a year when they make the switch. Using the BYD E6 as an example, road tax will cost, on average, $1,246 a year, while your typical ICE model will cost around $1,200 a year. That's a huge amount of money if calculated for a year and more, especially if you take into account the savings you'll get from your maintenance and petrol costs. It pretty much pays for itself in the first year. Additionally, from 2022, road tax for mass-market electric cars will be lowered, which will make it on par with similar ICE models. The bracket for 90 kilowatts to 230 kilowatts cars will be merged with the 30 kilowatts to 90 kilowatts band, which amounts to up to 34% in reduction of road tax payable for electric cars in this band. Now the question is, how much can you save over the course of 10 years? One of the biggest draws of EVs is the cost savings. When you add the cost of maintenance, petrol, road tax, and even insurance, the difference in costs becomes more obvious. As mentioned earlier, using the BYD E6 as an example, switching to an EV can save you up to $30,000 over the course of 10 years. Is that a whole lot of money? Yes, it is. The amount of money that you could use for more important things in your life, like your kids' school fees, a holiday, or just building your mini garden. If you're looking to make the switch to an EV, the BYD E6 is definitely an electric car you should consider. Chinese electric car make BYD saw sales more than double in May, solidifying the company's climb into the ranks of the top 3 automakers in China. So far this year, not only has BYD continued to dominate new energy vehicles, which include hybrid and battery-powered cars, but the company also climbed into the ranks of the top 3 brands in China by passenger car sales. Despite COVID lockdowns that hit supply chains and Chinese consumer sentiment, BYD sold 113,768 new energy passenger cars last month, the data showed. Additionally, in the US passenger car market, Tesla did not make the top 3 spots. Toyota ranks first by sales, followed by Ford and General Motors' Chevrolet brand, according to Sino Auto Insights. Therefore, with new energy vehicles, BYD ranked first, followed by General Motors' joint venture with Wuling Motors and state-owned SAIC Motor. Tesla China ranked third. If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering why you should purchase a car from a brand you've never heard of before, right? Well, that will be all for today. Did you find this video an interesting one? Please give us a thumbs up. Likewise, do not forget to drop your comments in the section below because it goes a long way for us. Thanks for watching.